Hello car audio enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm reviewing double-din head units. I've personally tested these car stereos for weeks, and I'm here to give you the real scoop. The good, the bad, and the awesome. Before we start, make sure to click the link in the description for more details and product links. Also, if you're into car audio like me, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on future reviews. We're counting down our top 5 double-din head units, starting from number 5 and working our way to the cream of the crop at number 1. Number 5. ATOTO S8 Standard. Coming in at number 5, we've got the ATOTO S8 Standard. Now, don't let its position fool you, this little powerhouse has been my go-to for navigation lately. The 7-inch display is crisp and bright, and I love that I can see it clearly, even when the sun's beating down on a summer road trip. Google Maps comes pre-installed, which is a huge plus for someone like me who's always exploring new places. One thing that really impressed me was the dual Bluetooth functionality. I can connect my phone for calls and music, and my passenger can link up their device too. It's been a lifesaver on long drives when we're fighting over the playlist. No more driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cakehole in my car. The unit also supports phone mirroring via the Easy Connect app. It's pretty neat to see your phone screen right there on your dash. Plus, you can enable split-screen display to run 2 apps simultaneously. I've found this super useful when I want to keep an eye on the map while still controlling my music. Now, here's the kicker, while it supports wired Android Auto, there's no wireless option. It's not a deal breaker, but in this day and age of wireless everything, it would have been nice to have. Still, for the price point and features, it's a solid choice. Number 4. Alpine XAVAX1000. Moving up to number 4, we've got the Alpine XAVAX1000. This double-din car stereo packs a punch with its built-in amplifier. I hooked it up to my aftermarket speakers, and let me tell you, it sounds sweet without needing an extra amp. We're talking 50 watts max and 18 watts RMS per channel across 4 channels. For most setups, that's plenty of power to get your tunes bumping. The 7-inch display is responsive, and I love how easy it is to swipe through menus. It works great with both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you're covered no matter what phone you're rocking. The screen resolution is 800 by 480, which isn't the highest out there, but it's more than adequate for most uses. One cool feature is the swipe controls on the touchscreen. It makes navigating through your music or apps feel really intuitive. And if you're into Spotify or Pandora, you'll be happy to know it supports control for both of these with Android and iPhone. But here's the rub, there's no CD player. I know, who uses CDs anymore, right? But I've got some old mix CDs that I still like to pop in now and then, so I kinda miss that feature. If you're all digital, though, this won't be an issue for you at all. Number 3. Boss Audio Systems BV9358B. Sliding into the number 3 spot, we've got the Boss Audio Systems BV9358B. Now, don't let the price fool you, this thing delivers. I was blown away by how many options I had for playing music. DVDs, CDs, USB, SD card, you name it, this unit's got it. It's like the Swiss Army knife of car stereos. The equalizer is a nice touch. I've spent way too much time tweaking it to get that perfect sound. And let me tell you, once you get it dialed in, it sounds amazing. You've got 4 channels, each with a power output of 80 watts. That's enough to drive most factory and aftermarket speakers without breaking a sweat. I also appreciate the multiple inputs and outputs. You've got USB, SD, AV, and O inputs, plus inputs for both rear and front cameras. There's even an input for steering wheel controls, though you'll need to buy a separate interface module for that. My one gripe? The plastic cap covering the O input is a pain to deal with. It's a small thing, but it bugs me every time I want to plug in my old iPod. Also, while the LED touchscreen is clear and responsive, it's not quite as high-res as some of the pricier models out there. But for the price point? This unit is hard to beat. It's a great choice if you want a feature-packed double-din without breaking the bank. Number 2. Sony XAVAX1000. Runner-up on our list is the Sony XAVAX1000. This is my go-to when I want top-notch sound quality. The extra bass feature is no joke. It gives your music that extra oomph that'll have you tapping your steering wheel all day long. And when you pair that with the built-in amp pushing out 55 watts per channel across 4 channels. Man, it's like having a concert in your car. I also love the rotary volume dial. It might seem old school, but it's so much easier to adjust the volume without taking your eyes off the road. Safety-first audiophiles. Speaking of safety, you can hook up a rear-view camera to this unit, which has been a game-changer for parallel parking. The 6.2-inch touchscreen displays features an extremely fast wake-up time. No more waiting for your unit to boot up when you start your car. And the dynamic stage organizer feature? It creates virtual speakers on your dashboard, elevating the sound stage. It's pretty impressive stuff. The downside? There's no video output. It's not a huge deal for me, but if you're looking to hook up screens for your backseat passengers, you're out of luck with this one. Also, while it supports Apple CarPlay, it doesn't have Android Auto, which might be a deal breaker for some of you Android users out there. Number 1. Pioneer MVH1400NEX. Coming in at number 1, we've got the Pioneer MVH1400NEX. This bad boy takes the cake as my top pick overall. If you're an iPhone, you'll love how seamlessly it integrates with your phone using Apple CarPlay. Making calls, reading texts, using maps, it's all right there at your fingertips. The 6.2-inch clear resistive touchscreen boasts a resolution of 800 by 400, which gives you crisp, clear visuals. And let me tell you about the MixTracks feature. It's like having a DJ in your dash. It adds these smooth transitions between songs and syncs up the display colors with your music. It's like having a tiny disco in your car. One thing I really appreciate is the multi-language display. If English isn't your first language, or if you're learning a new one, this feature can be super helpful. And for those of you who like to customize your sound, it comes with a 13-band graphic equalizer. I've spent hours fine-tuning my audio, and the results are fantastic. Although it doesn't play CDs, with all the other ways you can play music on this thing including USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, I hardly think you would miss playing CDs. Plus, it supports both iOS and Android devices, so you're covered no matter what phone you use. The only real drawback I've found is that it doesn't have built-in navigation. But with Apple CarPlay, you can easily use your phone's GPS, so it's not a huge loss. So there you have it, audiophiles. Those are my top 5 picks for double-din head units, from number 5 to number 1. Each one has its strengths and quirks, but they're all solid choices depending on what you're looking for. Whether you're all about that bass, need top-notch navigation, or want seamless phone integration, there's something here for everyone. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And remember, click the link in the description for more details on these products and where to buy them.